What if the thing holding you back isn't fear of failure? What if you've already failed and survived more times than you can count? What if the real fear, the one you've never said out loud, is what happens if it actually works? Because for a lot of people, that's the truth. And it's one of the most uncomfortable things you can sit with. That you might be standing in your own way, not because you're afraid of failing, but because you're terrified of winning. That's what this video is about. Fear of failure makes sense to people. It's socially acceptable. You can say, I'm scared of failing, and everyone gets it. Everyone relates. Nobody questions it. But fear of success, that sounds almost ridiculous. Why would anyone be afraid of getting what they want? So most people never say it, never admit it. They dress it up as perfectionism, or bad timing, or not being ready yet. They say things like, I just need a little more time, a little more preparation. The moment isn't quite right. But underneath all of that, if they got really honest, what they're actually feeling is this. If I go all in and it works, everything changes. And change, even a good change, is terrifying. Because success asks something of you that failure doesn't. Failure lets you stay the same. Success requires you to become someone different. And that is a much harder thing to face than most people realize. Here's how you know this is you. Not the vague feeling of being scared. The specific patterns that show up when things start going well. You get close to something good and suddenly get busy with everything else. The momentum builds and then you miss a day and then another. And before you know it, you've talked yourself out of the thing that was actually working. Or you self-sabotage right at the edge. Not at the beginning when failure is expected, at the moment when success becomes real. When it stops being a dream and starts being a possibility. That's when the resistance kicks in hardest. That's when the excuses get loudest. This doesn't come from nowhere. Fear of success almost always has roots. For some people, it's about identity. If you've spent years seeing yourself as someone who struggles, who tries and doesn't quite get there, success threatens that story. And as painful as that story is, it's familiar, it's yours. Letting it go means becoming someone you don't fully recognize yet. And that unknown is scarier than the known struggle. For some people, it's about responsibility, because success means accountability. It means you can no longer blame the circumstances or the timing or the fact that you haven't had your chance yet. If you succeed, you have to keep succeeding. You have to maintain it. You have to be someone who deserves it. And that weight is enough to make a lot of people unconsciously choose to stay exactly where they are. The first thing is to name it, because you cannot work with something you won't acknowledge. So if any part of this video has landed, say it out loud or on paper. I am afraid of what success would mean for me. That sentence alone starts to break the power it has over you. The second thing is to get specific about what you're actually afraid of. Not the success in abstract, the specific thing. Are you afraid of being seen? Of the pressure to maintain it? Of becoming someone unrecognizable? The fear is always more manageable when it has a name and a shape. The one you can't name is the one that controls you. The third thing, and this is the most important one, is to separate the decision from the outcome. You don't have to know how it's all going to land. You don't have to have a plan for every consequence. You just have to make the next right move. One decision, one action. Not the whole journey, just the next step. Because fear of success is almost always fear of the full picture. And the full picture isn't yours to carry right now. Just the next step is, you have survived every hard thing that has happened to you so far. You will survive success too. In fact, I think you'll do more than survive it. I think you'll find that the thing you were so afraid of becoming is actually just the person you were always supposed to be. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you think fear of success has ever held you back? And if this gave you something real, hit subscribe. New videos every week. And I'll see you in the next one.